Hello everybody, Mark at 100% Pure Elvis. Thank you all for taking the time out to return to my channel today. I really appreciate your support of the 100% Pure Elvis channel. And if you are new to the 100% Pure Elvis channel, welcome, and I hope you enjoyed this upload. And to all of my other subscribers who have supported me from the very beginning, thank you all so much. Today I want to start talking about individual Elvis Presley albums that were issued throughout his career. So I'm basically going back to basics on my channel. I'm going to talk about the date the album was released, the year it was released. I'm going to also be talking about the chart positions, both sides of the Atlantic, so United Kingdom and the United States of America. I'm going to talk about the singles that were released from the album. I'm going to talk about the worldwide sales of the album and how many it sold in the United Kingdom, how many copies it sold in the United States of America. I'm going to talk about the different catalogue numbers on the records that I've got, etc. So the first album I chose today is Promised Land. So Promised Land was issued on January the 8th, 1975, which was Elvis Presley's 40th birthday. So absolutely, what a great day to release an album on, January the 8th, 1975. Now, Elvis Promised Land has 10 tracks on the album. And again, for me, one of my favourite albums from the 1970s. And the front cover image of Elvis there is from May the 11th, 1974. At the Los Angeles Forum afternoon show. So again, I think that's an absolutely great image of Elvis there from 1974. Now, the copy that I have here is the first release from 1975, and it has a catalogue number of APL10873. APL10873. The value of this vinyl, I've looked on eBay. You can see it for around 10, 15, 20 pounds, but I've also seen it go for more than 30 pounds as well. So this is the first copy of Promised Land. On the reverse, I just love everything about the back cover as well, showcasing other Elvis Presley albums that you could purchase at that same time. So we have Raised on Rock, Good Times, Elvis Hits of the 70s, and then Elvis recorded live on stage in Memphis. I love the glossy style of this release, the front and back cover, high gloss design. Now, the track listing on Promised Land, we have Promised Land. There's a honky-tonk angel who will take me back in. Help me, Mr. Songman. Love song of the year. It's midnight. Your love's been a long time coming. If you talk in your sleep, thinking about you, you asked me to. Now, Promised Land, in the UK, the album reached a peak of number 21. So just missed out on the top 20 albums chart. In the United Kingdom, a peak of number 21. In the United States of America, Billboard Top 200 Albums chart, it reached number 47. And in the United States of America Country Albums chart, it reached the peak of number 1. The singles that were issued from Promised Land were If You Talk in Your Sleep and Promised Land. Now, If You Talk in Your Sleep on the US pop charts reached number 17 with a flip side of Help Me. In the UK, If You Talk in Your Sleep did not chart. Promised Land reached a peak of number 9 in the United Kingdom singles chart, and on the Billboard Top 100 charts, it reached a peak of number 14. Now, the worldwide sales for this album, I actually got the facts for this from a website called Chart Facts Online. So again, I don't know how true their figures are, but it says worldwide sales of Promised Land thus far is 620,000 copies. 620,000 copies. In the United Kingdom, it says that the disc sold approximately 45,000 copies. So really not a great deal of copies in the United Kingdom. So obviously that's why it only reached a peak of number 21. And in the United States of America, it sold 425,000 copies. So again, but with a worldwide sales showing 620,000. And now let me put this down. My personal favourites from the Promised Land album are, I love There's a Honky Tonk Angel Who'll Take Me Back In, Mr. Songman, love song of the year, It's Midnight, Your Love's Been a Long Time Coming, the title track Promised Land, Thinking About You. I mean, I love all the songs on here. I mean, I just think it's an absolute great album from Elvis from the mid-1970s. And again, I wish it would have performed better on both sides of the Atlantic. But again, you possibly could say in the mid-70s, Elvis wasn't selling as well. I was talking to one of my subscribers online recently, and there was, because I happened to say that I love the Elvis 1970s record sleeves, and I think he had a great point. Like most Elvis Presley albums that were issued in the 1970s always had a concert image of Elvis on the front cover. That is the official releases, and again, very similar. But again, I love seeing concert images of Elvis, so I absolutely adore the 1970s cover album covers of Elvis albums. But and as you all know, I love the font as well. Now, the copy here is the first issue, so it's in its original white sleeve. Let me get this out, and as you can see, it's on the orange RCA Victor label, and I happen to play this today, and I just love Promised Land as an album. I think it's such a great album from Elvis, and again, I don't think it's played enough, in my personal opinion. You don't seem to hear a lot of the songs from this album played a great deal. Promised Land you do hear quite frequently. If you go to an Elvis disco or an Elvis themed night, Promised Land can be played, but most of the other songs on this album probably you will not hear as often. And again, my good friend CJ, who has a great YouTube channel, CJ's Den, we were talking recently about, you know, Elvis fans or some Elvis fans not really knowing any other Elvis songs apart from the hits. And again, I think that's a shame. You know, we all want people to listen to Elvis, but I wish some people would delve deeper into his back catalogue and come across these great albums and absolutely listen to each song. I mean, obviously, some of the songs on this album, you know, you could play to someone who appreciates Elvis's music, but they wouldn't know a lot of the songs on there, would they? The second copy of Promised Land that I have was issued in 2021, and this is on the Music on Vinyl label. And again, this goes for around £40–50 plus. And again, absolutely that glossy design on the front. On the reverse, what you will see different here is the album here, Having Fun with Elvis on Stage, has been changed. So on the original, you had Elvis hits from the 70s, and on the Music on Vinyl copy, you've got Having Fun with Elvis on Stage. Now, the track listing is exactly the same. My numbered copy, as you can see down here, is 001836. 001836. And I just love the vinyl inside. It comes in its black sleeve, and it's a beautiful marble coloured vinyl with the tan RCA Victor label. It's absolutely stunning. It's like a tan marble effect on this Music on Vinyl issue of Promised Land. Again, when you put this on the record player, oh, the sound is just perfection. And I've said it before on my channel, when you are buying remastered vinyls that have been remastered, I mean, they do, when you put them on, they do sound like a CD. And for me, I mean, obviously you're looking at the original here, and I always prefer listening to the original vinyls, but again, loved picking this up. I actually ordered this from Amazon, and I was so happy when it was delivered. So this is the Music on Vinyl copy of Promised Land from 2021, a valuation of £40 to £50 plus, and the catalogue number MOVLP 2691, MOVLP 2691. And now I'm going to go on to the CDs that I have in my collection of Promised Land. Now, this would have been the very first copy of Promised Land that I purchased. So this is the original CD that I owned of Promised Land. And again, absolutely had this in my collection, well, for years. And again, it's the same track listing. There's no different from the vinyl of Promised Land. On the reverse, obviously, you've just got your track listing. You haven't got the images of the albums. And the catalogue number for this CD release is ND 90598. ND 90598. Inside is just your black and silver RCA CD there. And let me get this out, and not much in the sleeve really, but let me showcase that. Just talks about the album. There you go. And again, I remember when I first purchased this CD, I played this so much, and again, absolutely always love listening to this great album, Promised Land. Now, the final CD that I want to share with you today has bonus tracks on it. There you go, same front cover, but different on the back. So there you go. And as you can see, this has 18 tracks. So it's got 8 additional tracks on this album. This the catalogue number for this release. I need to get closer in if you don't mind. RCA 07863 679 302. Let me repeat that. RCA 07863 679 302. Let me showcase the CD inside. Look at that, a great image of Elvis there on the left. Beautiful looking CD. Let me share with you what's underneath the CD, and it is showcasing the single If You Talk in Your Sleep with the flip side of Help Me. And let me share with you the booklet inside. Again, not much in it, but again, more images of Elvis. Got better text inside here. There we go. And again, let me talk you through the track listing on this CD that has 8 additional tracks. We have Promised Land, There's a Honky Tonk Angel, Help Me, Mr. Songman, Love Song of the Year, It's Midnight, Your Love's Been a Long Time Coming, If You Talk in Your Sleep, Thinking About You, You Asked Me To, the bonus tracks, Loving Arms, I Got a Feeling in My Body, If That Isn't Love, She Wears My Ring, My Boy, Spanish Eyes, Talk About the Good Times, Good Time, Charlie's got the blues. So again, I love playing this CD because it's got the additional tracks. And again, you know, let me get back to the first pressing of Promised Land. You know, so again, I really wanted to share this with you today because I thought I really wanted to go back to basics and kind of focus on individual albums on my channel. Again, because some of my recent videos have been lasting for 30, 40, 45 minutes plus. And I really wanted to go back to basics where I do shorter videos, more intense information about the album or single release, whatever I'm going to be doing. And I thought I wanted to start with this because I was listening to this album today, Promised Land. So let me quickly re-go over them facts for you. And again, I would love your thoughts on this album, Promised Land from 1975, in the comments below. I really look forward to reading your comments. So Promised Land was released on Elvis Presley's 40th birthday, January the 8th, 1975. The front cover image from Promised Land is Elvis Presley in concert on May the 11th, 1974 at the Los Angeles Forum afternoon show. In the United Kingdom albums chart, it reached a peak of number 21. In the United States of America Billboard 200 albums chart, it reached a peak of number 47. In the United States of America country albums chart, it reached a peak of number 1. The singles that were released from Promised Land, If You Talk in Your Sleep, was not issued in the United Kingdom, but in the US pop charts, it reached a peak of number 17. Promised Land in the United Kingdom reached a peak of number 9 in the singles chart, and in the Billboard Top 100 chart, it reached a peak of number 14. Now, the worldwide sales for Promised Land thus far, and this comes from Chart Facts online, it says 620,000 copies. In the United Kingdom, 45,000 copies sold. And in the United States of America, 425,000 copies sold. And the prices, so for the original 1975 copy on the RCA Victor Orange label, £15 I could see as the cheapest, going up to $35.40. And the Music on Vinyl 2021 copy of Promised Land on gorgeous marble tan vinyl, also with the RCA Victor tan label, you're looking, I've seen it as cheap as £40, but go for up to over £60. And again, if I had to choose a personal favourite from Promised Land, now I'm gonna go for two of them. I'm gonna go for Mr. Songman, and I absolutely adore There's a Honky Tonk Angel Who Will Take Me Back In. Look, we're coming up to the 20-minute mark on this upload today, and I really hope you enjoyed that. And again, I really look forward to reading your comments below and replying to you all as quickly as I possibly can. Thank you all for returning to the 100% Pure Elvis channel today. I appreciate your ongoing support. It really means a lot to me. And if you are one of my new subscribers, welcome, and welcome to the family. I always sign out by saying, please keep Elvis close to your heart. Please keep on playing his music. That's most important to me. And love to you all. Speak soon, everybody. Bye-bye.